So they shadow dropped Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I played the first two missions and I want to talk about it a bit. But before we even get into that, I just want to say shadow dropping games at the developer direct has now happened twice. Hi-Fi Rush being the first time, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, Unreal Engine 5 remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it, shadow drop this time in the developer direct of 2025. I think people are going to start expecting shadow drops more often now. They shouldn't, but also at the same time, they did it twice. So if you do, I don't blame you. You know, if next year you're going into it saying, oh, they might shadow drop this or that, I don't blame you, for having that thought. You never know. Let's say, for example, next year, 2026, developer direct get revealed, right? Let's say this June, they show off Gears of War again, Perfect Dark. I'm trying to think of the games that aren't Fable that are going to probably not come out this year, right? So they show those in June. So it's a likely scenario we're going to see those in the developer direct and then they'll come out in 2026, right? So when they show those in the developer direct, if people go into it like, oh, they're going to shadow drop a Perfect Dark 1 remake, remastered thing, you know what I mean? Like complete Unreal Engine 5 remake of the original game, multiplayer and everything, shadow drop. I would be like, you know what? You're not wrong for going in hoping that happens. Or Gears of War, remake of, the first few games, which all basically star Marcus Phoenix, the original trilogy. They might be like, yeah, we're going to do those. Shadow drop, they're going to shadow drop. Like, if that happens, you can't blame anyone because Microsoft has done it multiple times now. They kind of, listen, you do something twice with gamers, you get us comfortable. We think, oh, now it's tradition, So I think that's where we're kind of at now, that they shadow dropped this game. But yeah, this game, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I played it originally back in the day. I know they re-released, remade. I don't know what it was exactly, but on the Wii U, I remember they did something Ninja Gaiden. I don't know if this game was a part of it, but I didn't play it then. So it's there, obviously, on Game Pass. I said, you know what? I'm going to just mess with it, see how I enjoy it. I ended up playing the first two missions, normal difficulty, and didn't die once, which was surprising to me. But yeah, crushed it. Like, the first two bosses that you fight at the end of those, oh no, I'm lying. I did, on the second boss, I did fail. But I had one of those, instant revives, like, just come back right here, not a checkpoint thing, like just, revive yourself, like Sifu, basically. I had one of those, so I just came back to life and worked on it. So I did, kind of, but not really, because I had an item there to help me. Now, you could either find that item or you probably won't find that item. The point is, I had it, so I was good. And the experience, it was fun. Obviously, I can feel the nature of it being a game from back in the day, but it looks so good. Gameplay is still fun, fluid. Hack and slash, the way hack and slash is meant to be. Nowadays people see a hack and slash game, they immediately go Souls-like, and it's like, no, not every game is a Souls-like. Some are just hack and slash. It just is what it is. So, yeah, I've been enjoying the gameplay and the visual style. I think is really nice. The story, I'm not paying too much attention to it. Obviously, I'm trying to, save the girl, but that's pretty much the most that I'm getting from it. Why? I was surprised when the guy in the second level was my father. I was like, oh, okay, that's Pops. Let me try to save that guy. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's entertaining and fun, and they did a good job with the visual style. That's all I got to say, is that they did a good job bringing this game from the past forward. It feels like basically the equivalent of what they did for Metroid Prime, 1. That remastered Metroid Prime 1 is just the best way to play that game. Looks the best, sound the best, gameplay feels the best. This is basically the same thing. Like, I don't see why anyone would ever go back and play the original version of this Ninja Gaiden game. This is the definitive version of it. Stunning from gameplay, frame rate to visuals. Yeah, this is it. And like I said, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I'm looking forward to going back to it. Will I end up finishing the whole game? I don't know. We'll see. But I did have plenty of fun with what I had played, from the actual re-release, remaster, remake. What is it exactly? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's the game that you loved made better than ever. So that's a good thing. That's remastered, basically. A remaster. There you go. Just like Metroid. It's not a remake. It's a remaster. But yeah, let's get into this Xbox Developer Direct, because the announcements that they made, They are the kinds of announcements that you want to hear. Look, Split Fiction comes out in March, and then in April, we get in Expedition 33. We're getting South of Midnight. And then in May 15th to be exact, let's start with this Doom, The Dark Ages. There's a $200 edition right now up on Bethesda website. It comes with a steel book. It comes with a statue of the current, Dark Ages Slayer with the shield and everything, the giant cape, beautiful. You get the confirmed story DLC, so they're gonna be doing DLC for the story just like they did for, Eternal and what I'm currently playing right now on stream. Most of the time is what it's the Ancient Gods. So they did Ancient Gods Part 1 and Ancient Gods Part 2. I don't know if they're going to do two different DLCs, but there's a confirmed DLC there. So that's good. That's part of the $200 edition. Also, you get that. So you get the base game, that Steelbook. You get a key, a red key. Yes, Doom key. I'm like, damn, that's awesome. And again, you get the statue, the Steelbook, soundtrack. There's a lot of good stuff in there. So yeah, there's a good, very good edition. That's why I say, like, when people are like, oh, they're gonna make the base version of Grand Theft Auto $100. I'm like, you don't have to do that. You could easily sell a $200 version that comes with the characters. That poster of the characters, the guy and the girl up against the car. You can make a replica of that. That'll be beautiful. $200, and plenty of people eat that up. Throw in DLC, throw in points for the online or whatever the case may be, and people eat that up. You don't have to make the base game 100. That's why it's funny to me when people are like, oh, games may become 100. There's already every big AAA game has a $150 version at least. You know what I mean? Like they have one of those. So yeah, I don't think you need to like up the price of Grand Theft Auto in order to give people ideas. Like, oh yeah, now make the next whatever in the storied franchise $100. You don't got to do that. Just make a special edition that justifies the core fan base of that game to go out and pick it up. And that's what Doom did here. I think it's a good addition. And then of course they got already up. Like I already got the game installed, but they also have the $31. By the time we get closer to release, I will pick this up. This is the $31. Get in a few days early. I think you get 2 days early. You get in. You get a bunch of costumes. There's like a steel looking Slayer. You get the same themed costume for your mech and for your dragon. So it's not like you just get a Slayer skin. You get a skin for, all the main components of your storied adventure. And yeah, you get all that stuff with the, the $30 pass. So basically, you don't get the base game. You just get everything else. The DLC, the season pass, all of that stuff. You get it. It's the same thing that I did with Forza. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, eventually you just could go and buy the game, the standalone, when it's on sale one day on Black Friday. That's what I did. Eternal, it was funny. I bought Eternal day one physical. I got the sticker for the Xbox One controller. A few months later, literally got the Series X, got rid of the Xbox One, so that controller gone, sticker gone. But I had the base game, sold that too. Then I was playing it on Game Pass, bought the Ancient Gods, and then ended up like buying the base game later on for like $10. Bought the Ancient Gods for like $10 too. So I ended up spending like more than usual because I bought the original game for $60 on disc on Xbox One. But then after I was like, oh yeah, this is what I'll do next time, all the time. What I do with Forza, which is get the DLC, get those cool $30. Hey, get everything else except the game. You don't need the game. You got Game Pass. So yeah, I'm gonna do it this time different. I'm not gonna buy the full game. I'm gonna just get that $30 early access. Access to the DLC and like ownership of the DLC. You own all of that. And then when the game is on sale around Black Friday because it's coming out in May, then I end up picking up the game just to have it there. Even though I won't really have to because it's in Game Pass, but still. Awesome, May 15th release. I was so happy about that. I really thought that this game might be something later in the year. I was hoping to be early, but you never know with these things. But yeah, it's super early. Now I just wanted to see, and this is the prequel. This is the real Doom 1. Doom 2016 is Doom 2. And then Doom Eternal, Ancient Gods, and all that is the final story for this Slayer, And so this is the beginning. And I wonder what that DLC is going to be. I'm guessing that DLC is going to leave you plop right how you got caught, trapped. Well, you are caught in this game. I was wondering during the live stream, like, why his eyes is white? That's what they mean by you're in prison. Like, I think you're corrupted this whole game and you're trying to free yourself. So you might free yourself, but then in the DLC, you might get caught up again. And then that leads to Doom 2016 when you wake up on the table. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna be cool to see how it all plays out, and then eventually we'll be able to play these games in order. And what's good is I think that the gameplay will actually get better as you play the game because, well, I won't say better. It'll just change and get faster, right? Because, and again, faster is even debatable because there's a slider in this game to make the game faster or slower. But you're gonna be able to go from this game, beating things up, big booting, using your mace, using your ball and chain and all that stuff, right? To then 2016, glory kills, bit faster. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be moving, dodging a lot faster, and then you're gonna get to Eternal, and now you jumping around like a maniac. It's basically if the Doomslayer basically became Mario, and that's basically what that game is. So you're gonna be jumping around, crazy amount of weapons, glory kills, all this stuff, and I feel like the games are actually gonna play well like that, where they're gonna feel different from each other, but also like the ante just keeps getting raised and raised. Granted, this being the actual last game made in the trilogy, it might be the craziest of them all. But I know the Ancient Gods, like the DLC, is going to get crazy. There's going to be like another Slayer dude there because I've seen the trailers and everything, so I remember that. I'm looking forward to getting to that. I'm almost done with Ancient Gods 1. That should be done in the next stream. And then Ancient Gods 2, I'm going to try to power through that really quick, you know what I'm saying? So I can then focus on Split Fiction in February. I still got a bunch of Spider-Man games to play. Hell, there's another one coming out on PC now, so I'm good with games. I still got to finish Zelda, right? So I got to finish Echoes of Wisdom, and of course, when the Switch 2 comes out, I'm probably gonna be going back to Tears of the Kingdom too, which is gonna be fun. But yeah, man, this was a good release cadence, if you ask me. So, South of Midnight is going to launch on April 8th. They showed a lot more gameplay of it. The story is awesome. Like, the relationship between her and her mother looked really good. The dynamic was good. Like, where her mother was like, speak on it when she mumbled under her breath. So she gets mad, she leaves, and then the house gets drifted away, and then she starts meeting all these mythical, crazy, wild, come to life creatures like the giant fish and everything like that. And so you get, all this Southern Gothic folklore, all coming to life. They showed her abilities, the weaving she does, the different weapons, the traversal. I like that you're going to be able to pull enemies and things like that. And it's like you're not really killing as much as you cleanse in the world, which adds a nice dynamic because I've thought of that with video games for a while now. It's like all the games you're usually killing. What if we had a hero who wasn't killing everything, was instead saving everything in a way? Like, that would be super interesting. And this feels like that in a way. And this is not the first game that's done it, but yeah, I really like the setting of this game, the style of this game, the visuals of this game is literally the kind of stuff you talk about you want to see with this tech that we got currently, the power levels, right? Yeah, they pushing it. They pushing it. The game looks beautiful. This feels like 100% an Xbox Series X game, tailor-made from the ground up. And yeah, Happy Few developers, if you look at We Happy Few and then look at this, the jump is incredible. And the best part is, we don't got to wait too long. April 8th, South of Midnight, will be dropping. So yeah, next up, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is going to be dropping on April 24th. Like I said, back to back to back. You got April 8th, 24th, and then May the 15th, and then before that, early March, you're going to have Split Fiction, which will potentially be the game of the year. Like, let's just be honest, it's Hazelight sequel to, I know it's not a direct sequel, but you know what I mean, it's the successor of the next game from the team who made It Takes Two. So yeah, I think that game is going to be beyond special, It's going to be crazy. And who knows when Metroid Beyond comes out? Like I said in my stream, I think in June, Switch 2 will be in the palm of our hands. So that means Metroid Prime won't be far from that. Mario Kart. Like, this is going to be a very special year in video games. And I've been saying that for a while. And I feel like the last few years have been special. So many great games. And it just keeps getting better and better and better. We got those Sega games too. Remember that they revealed a bunch of games, Golden Axe and Crazy Taxi and things like that. Those games, some of them are going to be coming out this year. So, or at least one of them. It's gonna be fun, man, to see what releases. The cadence of releases this year already looks great, and everything else that gets announced is just gonna be added to the release schedule. It's gonna be wild. So yeah, and of course Xbox publishing 100%. So yes, this is an Xbox first party game, or second party, the way ever you want to put it. It's an Xbox game. It's coming out of their pocket. Team Ninja basically got Platinum Games to do the game because they felt that they were the perfect developer. Phil Spencer was cool with paying for all of it, publishing and everything. So yeah, Xbox first party 100%. Ninja Gaiden 4 is launching this fall. Yes, Ninja Gaiden 4 in the fall 2025. Two protagonists. Looks really cool, really beautiful. Looking at that game, after playing the remastered, Ninja Gaiden Black, yeah, the jump is incredible, like super beautiful. So yeah, you're going to be playing as Yakomo. It says a new protagonist whose objective lies at the heart of a devastated Tokyo. On his mission, Yakomo will, Yakumo, I'm going to say Yakumo, will not only encounter fiends and demons, but also legendary master ninja himself, Ryu Hayabusa. So yeah, gameplay footage shown that Yakumo will introduce players to a stylish new take on ninja action with blood behind ninjutsu, alongside legacy techniques like the flying swallow and Izuna drop. Ryu will also return as a playable character with a revamped arsenal that stays true to his signature brutality and precision. Speaking of arsenal, that's the one thing I like about Ninja Gaiden Black is the different weapons. Like the staff right now is my favorite, but I got like the Wolverine claws and I've been using those. I upgraded those once and I upgraded the staff once. I don't think I'm gonna go back to the main blades, and it's funny because all the cinematics, he runs into them with his sword in hand, his katana and all that. And yeah, I don't use that. I use the staff because I just like the hold down. What is it? The Y button, and then you do like this crazy charge, and you just start wrecking everything. Love it, love it. So, yeah. Look, this is all gonna be in Game Pass. Everything that they showed at this show is gonna be in Game Pass. Will be in Game Pass. So I'll definitely be trying it. You know what I mean? I'll definitely be trying it. So yeah, and again, Ninja Gaiden Black just shadow dropped out of nowhere today. It has a lot of options for accessibility, like there's an easier mode and everything like that. So if you want to play the game, but you think, oh, it might be too difficult, there's difficulty settings there. So definitely give it a shot. I know Ipster, you said you wasn't going to give it a shot. Definitely give it a shot. There's different difficulty settings there. I feel the same way with Doom: The Dark Ages. Now that they're gonna have all these different sliders and things like that to tailor the difficulty for yourself. Everyone who was like, "Oh, Doom is too hard," you got no excuse now. Get into it. The story basically starts here, so this will be the perfect Doom to get into. And then the other ones have easy modes too. And I feel like if you finish this one, you'll be able to finish the other ones. You'll get adapted to the gameplay style. But yeah, I wanted to say real quick about Expedition 33. One of the best looking games on the current crop of hardware. It looks like it's really pushing the hardware. It looks like it could be potentially a very special RPG. I've seen people throw around the things like, oh, this looks like what we wanted Final Fantasy to become. The turn-based gameplay, the beautiful visuals, the epic story, and things like that. And I'm not going to speak on that because I don't play Final Fantasy games, but I think that is, in a way, even though it's kind of insulting to Final Fantasy, a legendary franchise, it is, in a way, bigging up this game, giving this game props, even if it's through, knocking something else down. I'm just going to look at the positives of those statements. Like, the fact that this game is clicking with people is really cool, because Microsoft has been betting on it for a while. They've been showing it off for a while. So, yeah, I hope it does great. I'm also going to give it a shot. Again, it's in Game Pass. Doesn't hurt to give it a shot. Turn-based can be very fun, and can, compel me and grab me and make me want to just keep pushing on the adventure. It has a good cast of actors in the game. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about it. And that's the way I feel also with South of Midnight. Like the acting looks so good. And Doom, the cinematics took such a giant leap from Eternal in 2016. They look like, seriously, like top tier cinematics comparable to anything out there in gaming, which is awesome. That Doom took that visual jump.